Hello, good afternoon, my dear students. Today, discuss the wonderful and important short type and essay type question. So maybe chance in the examination point of view. So I think all of you may be happy with your previous topics, I think. So all of you listen and gather the valuable information from the previous topics properly and promptly also. So when you compare the previous topics, I think all of you feel very easy that particular subject of cybersecurity. And middle of the some classes, I'm already video classes, previous video classes, those who are I'm taking properly. So listen that video classes properly and gather the valuable information from the topics. And after you realize, then you should write that information in your notes. Dear students, please, I want your good cooperation to completion of this syllabus promptly there. Today, I want to take that class on the one of the important topic is called Open System Interconnectivity Protocol. It is called OSI protocol. When you basically observe this protocol was mainly depend on seven kind of layers like A, P, S, T, N, D, P. Just you remember this coding A, P, S, T, N, D, P. A for application layer is a top layer. Then follow the application layer, presentation. Then follow the application and presentation layer, we have the session layer. Then follow these three layers, we have two layers is called transport and network layer. After this, we can simply follow data link and physical layers. Combination of these seven layers, we have to implement one of the important model is called Open System Interconnectivity model. When you compare these primary layers, the top of the three layers, APS, that is called application, presentation, session layers for what? Creation of new data. It is also called as data creation layers. Those we want to create, those we want to design the new data, that time we depend on the particular three layers are called as application, presentation, session. Then following two is called transport and network layers, is for mediator, like a bridge between the upper layers and lower layers. Nothing but this transport and network using like is called transmission purpose. Nothing but data transmission between the two locations, like a bridge, one source to destination and destination to source. Is clear? Then following this remaining two, data link and physical layers is called as data segment layers. Nothing but after transmitting the data, that these two layers or receive the data, then prepare like a frames, like a packets, data packets. For example, A to Z is there. So A packet, B packet, C packet up to Z packets. Nothing but after creation, after transmission, the remaining lower case layers is called data link and physical, receive the data sequentially, then prepare like a packets or frames. These are called as segments in the OSI model. By using this seven layers, we have to simply creation of new data, transmission of new data, then capture the data like a packets or segments sequentially. But anyway, these seven layers are used to secure the particular data after creation, after modification, after transmission. మనకు కావాల్సిన డేటాని క్రియేట్ అయిన తర్వాత ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ అయిన తర్వాత సీక్వెన్స్ గా ప్రిపేర్ అయిన తర్వాత ఆ సీక్వెంట్ అయినటువంటి డేటాని సెక్యూర్ చేయడానికి మనకంటూ ఒక స్పెషల్ మోడల్ కావాలి, స్పెషల్ ప్రోటోకాల్ కావాలి. కాబట్టి ఆ ప్రోటోకాల్ ని ఓపెన్ సిస్టమ్ ఇంటర్ కనెక్టివిటీ అంటారు. Now I'm going to next slide is there looking for, just I told, the OSI model was mainly depend on 7 kind of layers, just I told. For what? These 7 layers that computer systems use to communicate over a network. So these are purely network application. There is no network, we can't access, we can't implement any kind of data in the OSI model. But this model was designed by the famous American organization is called International Standard Organization. Reverse of OSI is called as ISO. OSI reverse of ISO, International Standard Organization, in the year 1984. Just I told, upper layers is called APS, or called data creation layers, and remaining TN is called as data transmission layers, and remaining 2 is called as data segment layers. Then from the diagram, when you carefully observe this diagram, you can simply say that upper means begin layer is called application. Application is called primary layer in the OSI model, and physical is called secondary layer in the OSI model. Basically, looking here, I am simply put a double quotation here to create or design the new data segments. For what? We want this application layer and presentation layer and session layers for what? To create or design the new data segments. Then remaining transport and network for what? Transmit the created or designed data from one location to other. Very simple is that. And remaining 2 is called what? Data link and physical, looking like a capture the particular data transmitted. Nothing but we want these 2 layers for what? Prepare related data segment packets into sequentially. Clear? Yes. Now I'm going to each layer. What is the main job and role of the each layer in the OSI model? And first of all, we should know what is the meaning of application. Application means the user want to do something. For example, which program was designed or created or modified or accessing the computer is called as application. And if computer lo edi chestaro a task name antarante application antaru. But I am writing here the application layer is used by end user software such as web browsers and email clients. Means what? When the user want to take some kind of action in the web browser. For example, I want to search the results in the Usmania University is there, for example. Then you simply open that, you go to Google Chrome or Mozilla or Internet Edge or Microsoft Edge. Nothing but then you select your favorite web browser, then you go to one website, then searching about your result. Nothing but the result is called as application. The user will be served the particular task is called as application. I'm writing here the application layer is used by end user software such as web browser and email clients. Email ద్వారా కానివ్వండి, వెబ్ బ్రౌజర్ ద్వారా కానివ్వండి, మనకు కావాల్సిన ఒక టాస్క్ ని ప్రొవైడ్ చేయడానికి మనకంటూ ఒక లేయర్ కావాలి. కాబట్టి ఆ లేయర్ ఏమంటారు? అప్లికేషన్ లేయర్ అంటారు. బట్ this layer provides protocols that allow software to send and receive the information and present meaningful data to users. Now I want to search about result in the Usmania University means first you type your domain. type your website, type your particular protocol information. It's clear now. After typing that Usman University website, then you search about whatever you want. మీకు కావాల్సిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఎక్కడ ఉందండి? ఇక్కడ ఉస్మాన్ వెబ్సైట్ లో ఉందండి. సైట్ ఓపెన్ చేస్తారు. సైట్ ఓపెన్ చేసిన తర్వాత the particular portal will be displayed by the university website like a result. For example, looking here, provides protocol that allow software to send and receive the information and present meaningful data. Means whatever you want, that like you simply displayed by the protocol is called as application layer. I am writing here some few protocols are there. Basically, application layer depends on number of layers, number of protocols. But look here, I am taking hypertext transfer protocol and file transfer protocol and simple mail transfer protocol. But these protocols are mainly depend on this application layers are there. Listen carefully here. Any kind of data will be what is modified by the one special protocol is called as hypertext transfer protocol. It's clear now. Then following the application is called as presentation layer. So presentation means we can simply implement or display whatever you want. The presentation layer takes any data transmitted by the application layer and prepares it for transmission over the session layer after creation. After creation by the application layer, the presentation layer take the responsibility to transfer from one location to another location. It is called as presentation layers. Then follow off is called as session layers. The session layer can also set checkpoints during the data transfer. For example, the bulk amount of data is there. So when you capture the bulk amount of data, the session layers take the responsibility of divided into some kind of small pieces, like a checkpoints, How it is that? For example, I want to take, for example, A1, A2, A3, A4. Nothing but the total A information will become to the bulk. Now you decided to చేంజ్ అంటే మీకు బల్క్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ డేటాని ఒక సబ్ పార్ట్ గా డివైడ్ చేయడం. ఆ సబ్ పార్ట్ ని మనం ఏమంటున్నాం ఇక్కడ? చెక్ పాయింట్స్. అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? ఒకటేసారి మనం బల్క్ అమౌంట్ మాడిఫై చేయాలన్నా, స్కాన్ చేయాలన్నా, వెరిఫై చేయాలన్నా taking lot of time is there. That time session layer will be take the responsibility that bulk amount of data or bulk amount of transfer data into small pieces of data. The small piece is called checkpoints. First you take the small checkpoint, then verify, then sending. Take the second checkpoint or second point or second data, then after verification, after modification, then passing to next second location, then third checkpoint, fourth checkpoint. That like you should take the each part into the some kind of responsibility automatically. It is verified by the easy by the session layer. Clear? I am writing here. The session layer can also set checkpoints during the data transfer. If the session layer is interrupted, devices can resume the data transfer from the last checkpoint. Where the stop is there, the remaining devices, network devices will be take the responsibility, then starting from the where the stopping the checkpoints. ఎక్కడైతే మనకి సెషన్ లేయర్ కనుక మనకి ఇంటరప్ట్ అయింది అనుకోండి, ఆ ఎక్కడైతే ఇంటరప్ట్ అయిందో ఆ పార్ట్ నుంచి మనకు కావాల్సిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ని ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయడానికి మనకంటూ సెషన్ లేయర్ కావాల్సింది. I want to give us some small point is there, ma. Session is called as time period. Time period means when the bulk amount of data is possible to access, to modify, that time session layer will be take the responsibility that bulk amount of data into small pieces. First you take the small piece, like put a one some time period. After modifying the within time, then passing. Then take the second part. Processing, modification, accessing, then passing. Then take the third point. That is called session. session is called time period. Then you follow this 1, 2, 3, you go to transport. Transport is called simply purely say that it is called transmission. The transport layer takes data transferred in the session layer and breaks it into segments. Very careful is there. Just I told no, that is checkpoints, nothing but small piece of data will be converted as a data segments. It is responsible for reassemble the segments on the receiving end, turning it back into data that can be used by session layer. So after designing the segment layers, the transport layer is take the responsibility to transfer from one location to another location. You can say that in the previous diagram, I'm simply said that transport and network layers acting as a data transmission layer to transfer from one location to another location. You can say that transport layer is also said that like a middleware, like a bridge between the two layers, like a upper layers and lower layers. Then follow this 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm simply go to here network layer. Network means communication. When we should maintain the communication or relation between the two locations, it is easy to passing, easy to interchange, easy to transmit from one location to another location. But I'm writing here examination point of view. The network layer has two main functions. What is that? One is called breaking up segments into network packets. And next one is called reassembling the packets on the receive end. అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటండి, మనకు కావాల్సిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ని స్మాల్ పీసెస్ గా చేసిన తర్వాత ఆ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ లేయర్ ఏం చేస్తుందండి, సింప్లీ సెండింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ వన్ లొకేషన్ టు అదర్ లొకేషన్. బట్ నెట్వర్క్ లేయర్ ఇస్ టేక్ ద రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ that segments will be converted into the related network packets, then again take the reassembling and the packets then passing to receiving end is there. Clear, no? So network layer is a main role to in this OSN model to interchange the data segments into like a concern related data packets. Then following this 1 to 5 layers, we can simply take the data link layer. Just I told, data link layer and physical layer acting as a data segment layers. Nothing but these also called as data frames layers. అంటే మనకు కావాల్సిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ట్రాన్స్మిట్ అయిన తర్వాత ఒక లైక్ ఎ స్టోర్, లైక్ ఎ లొకేషన్ నెంబర్ 1, లైక్ ఏ డేటా, లొకేషన్ నెంబర్ 2 బి డేటా, లొకేషన్ నెంబర్ 3 దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ సి డేటా. మీన్స్ ఏ ఫ్రేమ్ డేటా, బి ఫ్రేమ్ డేటా, సి ఫ్రేమ్ డేటా. ఇలా అలాకేట్ చేయడానికి మనకంటూ 2 లేయర్స్ కావాలండి. ఆ 2 లేయర్స్ ఏమంటాము, డేటా లింక్ లేయర్ ఆర్ ఫిజికల్ లేయర్ అంటాం. క్లియర్ నో? ఐఎమ్ రైటింగ్ హియర్ ఎగ్జామినేషన్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ. The data link layer establishes and terminates a connection between the two physical connected nodes on a network. Yes, we need 2 locations. Why? Because one is called sender, another is called receiver. So we want sender and receiver to interchange the data without disturbance from upper layer to lower layer. I'm writing here, it breaks up packets into frames and sends them from source to destination. Just I told, data segments, data packets ga marchin tarvata aa data packets ni oka frames ga design cheyali ante manaki data link layer kavali. So you know what is a frame? It is called allocated the data like a one kind of special location, like a square, like a rectangle. It is called as a frame. So frame 1, my data, frame 2, your data, frame 3, your friend's data, like that imagination. Means we have to establish the data packets like a data frames into sequentially. That time we depends on a special layer is called as data link layer. I am writing here, it breaks up packets into frames. Look carefully here. It breaks up packets, means data packets, into data frames and sends them from source to destination. upper layer to lower layer. That is called application to physical. Then this layer is composed of two parts. Logical link control. చూస్తారండి, ఒక డేటా ప్యాకెట్ ని డేటా ఫ్రేమ్స్ కి మార్చాలి అంటే మనకంటూ ఒక 2 లేయర్స్, సబ్ లేయర్స్ కావాలి. ఆ సబ్ లేయర్స్ ఏమంటారంటే లాజికల్ లింక్ కంట్రోల్ LLC, which identifies network protocols. S performs error checking and synchronize frames and media access control. అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటండి, ఒక ప్యాకెట్ ని ఫ్రేమ్ గా మార్చాలి అంటే ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ఆ డేటా ఎలా ఉండాలి, క్లీన్ డేటాగా ఉండాలి. ఆ క్లీన్ డేటాగా అంటే మీనింగ్ లెస్ డేటాను మీనింగ్ఫుల్ డేటాగా మార్చాలి అంటే మనకంటూ ఒక సబ్ ప్రోటోకాల్ కావాలి, సబ్ లేయర్ కావాలి. కాబట్టి దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ లాజికల్ లింక్ కంట్రోల్ అంటారు. It's clear now. After that, you have to verify the verification taken by the MAC, Media Access Control. ఏం చేస్తుంది అంటే connect devices and define permission to transmit and receive data. After cleaning the frames, data frames, then you should ready to sending from one location to another location. అది పంపించాలంటే మనకంటూ సెకండ్ సబ్ లేయర్ కావాలి, అదేంటంటే MAC. MAC means Media Access Control. So maybe chance in the internal examination MAC stands for example, MAC stands for nothing but Media Access Control. Clear? ఏం చేస్తుంది MAC? ఏం చేస్తుంది? It is controlling the particular meaningful data, then transmit from one location to another location promptly without disturbance. But what is the LLC? LLC is the one sub layer for what? Receiving the particular meaningless data, then filtering. Means meaningful. So we have to take a purity of the particular frames data automatically. That is taken by the LLC. Means what? Logical link control. So after completion of this total operation, the secondary layer is called physical layer. We know the physical layer is responsible for the physical cable and wireless. Actually, so we will take the physical operation. The physical operation in the network will be dependent on two types of communication, like a wired communication and wireless communication. Is clear now? But I am writing here physical cable means wired communication, or wireless connection means wireless communication. అంటే ఈ కమ్యూనికేషన్, 2 type of communications మధ్యలో మనం నెట్వర్క్ ని ప్రొవైడ్ చేయాలి అంటే మనకంటూ ఒక స్పెషల్ లేయర్ కావాలండి. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఫిజికల్ లేయర్ ఇస్ దేర్. దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as basic to provide the communication between all these 1 to 6 layers are there. I am writing here, it defines, means physical layer defines the connector, the electrical cable or wireless technology connecting the devices. Yes, I have to take that wireless communication means we need the wireless components. Wired communication means we need wired components like a cable, like a coaxial, like a fiber, like that imagination. And wireless means we want routers, like a bridges, everything we want. Nothing but we need the minimum required components to provide the network between the each layer. That time we depend on a special layer is called as physical layer is there. Is clear, no? But I'm writing here, it is responsible for transmission of the raw data. Yes, it is responsible to sending the raw data. Means what? Actually physically is called as we can simply observe the particular data is there. Is clear now? So what you observe the physically, it is called raw data. Why? Because after receive the data, you imagine. So the data is meaningful or meaningless. After receiving is called you decided. Yes, I want to change my data promptly. So the promptly is called as you have to take some kind of corrections. When you decide your data is promptly, when there is no corrections, there is no errors, you can simply imagine my data is prompt data or sequential data. So nothing but physical layer is called as a secondary layer to implement the raw data. I am writing here which is simply a series of zeros and ones while taking the care of bit rate control. Why? Yes, raw data means computer data, e-data, electronic data. Electronic data primarily is taken by the high-level language, like a high-level language depends on binary language. Binary language means what? Combination of 0 and 1 is there. But this 0 and 1 will be implemented, whatever you raw data, into meaningful data is there. మీకు కావాల్సిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ని కంప్యూటర్ భాషలో ఎలా తీసుకుంటుందండి? బైనరీ లాంగ్వేజ్ తీసుకుంటుంది కాబట్టి ఆ బైనరీ లాంగ్వేజ్ లో ఉన్నటువంటి ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ని మీరు మీనింగ్ఫుల్ డేటాగా మార్చుకొని మీకు కావాల్సిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ని ఒక సోర్స్ నుంచి ఇంకో డెస్టినేషన్ కి, ఇంకో డెస్టినేషన్ నుంచి ఇంకో సోర్స్ కి మీరు ట్రాన్స్మిట్ చేసుకోవాలి కాబట్టి ఆ చేసుకోవడానికి మనకంటూ ఒక స్పెషల్ ప్రోటోకాల్ కావాలి. ఆ ప్రోటోకాల్ ని OSI means Open System Interconnectivity Protocol అంటారు. So I think all of you got a wonderful information from this class. Anyway, this is called as a small information, whatever you want, the particular. So I need the particular questionnaire from this topic. Please prepare the questionnaires. At least you prepare the 5 questions from this topic. And before that, listen carefully and write this topic into your notes without fail. I hope all of you receive that valuable information from this topic. Thank you. Thank you.